roast with beef. This is super simple because once you have worked out how long you're going to cook it for, all you have to do is shove it in the oven and let it go. This is my sort of cooking. Timing is key, so you have to give it a bit of attention. First of all, you need to weigh the meat and then do a bit of maths. My roast is topside and I like it medium rare, so I will cook it at 25 minutes per 500 grams. My roast is 1.5 kgs, so that means I'll cook it for 1 hour and 15 minutes at 160 degrees Celsius. Before you get started, it's important to preheat the oven. So I've already turned mine on to 160 degrees Celsius. So, first of all, you have to remove any fat, any visible fat that you can see on your meat. So, I've done the best job I can. You're not going to get every little bit off, so don't be too fussy, but make sure you get all the big bits off. I'm then going to move my heat onto a cooking rack. This way, the heat can circulate as the meat is cooking. Any small bits of fat have to be facing upward so they can naturally baste as it cooks. See what I mean about being easy? All it was figuring out what sort of meat you had and a bit of maths. I'll put a chart underneath so you can figure yours out too. So, let's put it in the oven and let the oven do all the work for me. While my meat's cooking, I got these roast vegetables ready. As you can see, they're all roughly the same size, and that's so they cook at about the same pace. Now, it doesn't matter what roast vegetables you choose, you can choose whatever you already have in your pantry, but I think 3 to 4 is a good number to have. So, I have small onions which I've halved, potatoes, now these are of the red variety, but they're great for roasting, and I have 2 different sorts of kumara, otherwise known as the sweet potato. So I'm going to chuck them in this roasting pan, and once I've done that, I'm going to add a bit of oil to make sure they go really crunchy in the oven. Don't they look gorgeous? I'm going to use olive oil so it's not too greasy. So there we go. I'll put a bit on, and to make sure it's even, I'll ruffle them round. I'm also going to add a bit of salt and pepper to give it a bit more taste and a bit of bite. So the roast vegetables and meat should be done at about the same time. So I took my roast out of the oven and put some tin foil over it and let it rest for about 10 minutes. While this was happening, I got to it with my green steamed vegetables. Look at my crunchy vegetables. They are going to taste great. My lightly steamed vegetables, tender and still slightly crisp. So there we have it. Roast beef, roast vegetables and steamed greens and oranges really. How fantastic. This is going to be a great meal. There we go. Doesn't this baby look perfect? Now all you need to do is cut it up to serve. Make sure you are cutting across the grain. You'll find that the outer slices are quite a bit darker and the inner slices get a lot more juicy. Just how I like it, medium rare. Of course, if you like it more done or well cooked, just cook it longer. Remember, the meat keeps cooking after you take it out of the oven. Thicken up those juices with a little bit of flour and water. That way you can make yourself one killer gravy. Drizzle with a little gravy if you're into gravy. Now, this may be a traditional meal, but it's a crowd favourite and it's a beauty.